What is that, guys? So today I'm gonna do a video about the 4 subrace. No, that's not true. I mean, you can see subrace. It's more like ancient tribe, to be honest. 4 ancient tribes. Now those one are more later. Like I talked in my other video, there's 3 main tribes, and those one are more like Bronze Age, you know, or Bronze Age actually. Main tribe. I talk about that, you know. And those one are more in the Bronze Age. And in the Iron Age, Bronze Age, I think it's like those dates. Of course, before Christ, no. And the Iron Age. I mean, you can say Iron Age and Antiquity. So, for Christ too, and even today, like some population are very close to that, to modern actually. So it's actually since, and even in genetic we see that since there's not so much difference since those time. A little during the Roman period where there was a lot of migration and still a lot of conquest, but major genetic shift not so much after that, to be honest. But yeah, I would say the 4 ancient tribe, the Iron Age, the Antiquity, and even so it'd be more those dates. And the Iron Age, you know, not to confuse you, you know. Iron Age, I think it's 8 or 6. Still part of Antiquity, but you know what I mean, you know. Just to be clear about the Iron Age, you can say. So Bronze Age, those dates. Iron Age, those dates. And we can still see the 4 ancient tribes that I will talk about. A very general one. I will not try to generalize so much. You still see in the population, to be honest. You still see it in the population. And I'm gonna talk about Europe. I'm not so sure about the Arab world and Asian world right now. That's my knowledge about the ancient race, but in Europe it seems to be pretty clear actually. So, it seems more something like that. Probably something like that. I would say in general. It's more the Celtic world. We can include also Scotland actually. Oh my god, it will erase everything, I think. Maybe Scotland to some degree. It's more the Celtic world. That's kind of the first race we have. So me, when I will do phenotype typing, I mean now I guess I will talk that into this video. I do the nation first. After I mean phenotype doesn't have to be with nation, with immigration, all that. But I still do, okay, what kind of nation this phenotype typically has, you know. So even if you're, I don't know, from a country, your ancestry is from that type of nation. This one will be more the ancient tribes, like those 4 actually. So it's more the 4. Now the 3 that I talk in my other one is more that everyone has that blend, but we cannot really say, okay, you have more that, but with the nation and the 4 ancient tribe, we can infer some type of 3 main tribe. But in phenotype, it's kind of useless to say, okay, you're more part of that type of phenotype. You know, it's more that the 1 and the 2 will indicate that. So for ancient tribe, and it will be the classic phenotype. That's how I will type personally. And the classic phenotype is what people talk about in the internet with the Nordic, Alpinid, all those kind of terms that I'm still not really familiar with all the phenotype out there. So I don't know. When I will type someone, I will say France, Celtic, and after I will do the classic phenotype. I don't know. Alpinid, and there's also a Celtic phenotype, but me, I will try to rewire that because it's kind of dumb to say that. So France, Celtic, Alpinid, not Nordic because it applies to a bunch of people. So maybe I will kind of remake the classic phenotype into something more cohesive because I do see that there's a need to make it more clear, and I do see some people doing that right now. Kind of the more of my generation, the millennial, the zoomer, kind of doing a revamp of the phenotype, going to something more accurate, but still based on the what we see and everything that has been told. You know, but yeah, France, Celtic, Alpinid, and me, I would Celtic Nordic, I guess. That's more the classic one. But to re-say that I'm Celtic is kind of useless. I'm not sure. It's more nerd. I think it's always Celtic Nordic. But saying Celtic Nordic is also a mistake. Maybe that the classic Nordic, like Wavian man, is actually from the second tribe. Germanic. It's not people that are only from Germany, you know. Can say that the Germanic people is more something like that. I would say nowadays it's more something like that. Germanic. Well, the one can guess. I mean Mediterranean. I think I will do this one on. I think that this one is more Mediterranean. And the other one we have the Slavs. So maybe actually it's more Germanic, that kind of side. Yeah, I will redo the. I think it's probably more something like that, to be honest. And the Slavs are more. I mean the rest, to be honest. Probably something like that. And after, I think it's more the Arabic, and even the Mediterranean. We can see maybe. So maybe it's the four tribes of Europe, and when I will try to do the maybe some kind of tribe in the Arab world, Mediterranean will still be a tribe in that Arab world, where Arab world might be Mediterranean, Arabic, Turkish, Turkish slash Persian maybe, and the one might say like Jewish, maybe four tribe like that, and it's not. And I don't really try to make really four tribe. Maybe for the Arab world, since I don't know. But what I keep seeing jumping up is that Celtic, Germanic, Slavs, and Mediterranean. It's kind of the four tribe that are jumping. I'm not even forcing the four tribe. It's really what seems to jump, which is very interesting. And I do associate the four dimension of life with those, and that the only thing that I can somewhat prove for now, to be honest. I cannot really prove animal, like okay, Germanic most I see it with consume, not really. Celtic consume. We can somewhat associate OE with Celtic and Germanic, but not so much too. Like still cannot really. And even that we can, like I said, there's the nation too. So even if we say Celtic is also a generalization to some degree, and some even some part are even more Celtic. So in orange, this part is heavily Celtic. This part is heavily Celtic. This part is heavily Celtic. The rest is also Celtic, but you can say less. That it has some blend, because of course it's kind of a mix. Like I don't know, those one will be very Mediterranean slash Celtic, and you can have Celtic people that are, I don't know, they look like Celt but they are there in classic Germany, but they are Celt. It's kind of a little bit more mixed, it's more nuanced, and we can see that in phenotype. Like okay, maybe your parents are from Germany, but you do look more Celtic. Okay, you might look from France, but you look more Germanic, which might be explained by some Viking ancestry. I don't know if you're there or something like that. And so yeah, so I didn't animal, not really. Didn't really connect some animals. Cannot really say about that, but I can say the dimension of life pretty certain, and it seems to be very easy to see in my opinion. So yeah, so the Celtic, they're very NF, very NF. You can even see that in phenotypes, like a type, and the person is Celtic. It's like they will look more NF, Germanic, like a Germanic ENFP, I think this guy is a ENFP, this fucking guy. I was not sure he was ENTP or INFP in some sense. I'm like, okay, he look more. I mean, this guy is obviously Germanic. We talk about that in his video, not that. He is for Germany. But I mean, England. But his kind of phenotype, ancient tribes, is Germanic. But he is a ENFP, so he look more NT for a ENFP actually. Or even Ashton Kutcher. Like you can see that this guy is kind of a mix with Celtic and Germanic, so he's not 100% Germanic, but he look more NT in some sense. Like I mean, he's kind of a blend of Celtic and Germanic, so it's more hard to say for him, but it's still a little bit more Germanic compared to other one, or a lot of threaded ENFP. They're kind of a mix between Celtic and Germanic, but yeah, we can say that people from France are kind of the classic Celtic, and that's what this guy said actually. And Ireland, Irish, he tried to identify with the most with the Celt, but it's actually more the Gaul or France that is more Celtic, that look more like the real Celt actually from the past. And Irish is more like the first wave in the Bronze Age actually, and not the Iron Age. With the Iron Age is associated with those four tribes, you can say. So Irish are actually their look is actually more older in a way, and a little bit more Germanic in some sense, compared you can see to the Breton will be the one that look the more like the Celt actually, the actual Celts, which is not so true actually, because they were still in isolated pockets, so maybe more like this kind of side of France. But whatever, just France in general seems to be the most Celtic actually when I listen to videos and all that. So pretty interesting, which is even hard to identify as a tribe actually, so that it was more a culture than a tribe. But we can still infer some stuff. Germanic more NT, Slavs, fucking blockheads. Like it's very evident. It's really like what the fuck, like how much the Slav are ST. Like it's really something. Like you look to those countries and people look a lot more ST, and it's because they are Slavs. So even INFJ that are from them, they look ST. In Russia they all look a double masculine ST. It's really something. So yeah, ST. And Mediterranean, they all look more SF to me. So this one is more look. And also what I consider metatypes. Metatypes will be more elaborate within nation. But generally, say, okay, there's more NF in the genetic pool. There's more NT in the genetic pool. There's more ST in the genetic pool. There's more SF in the genetic pool. And we can see that in the person. So that's more what I'm going with it. With what I'm going about with it. So yeah, and I'll stop there, or because I already drew the map, maybe I can go further down. Explain a little bit. I do see the Germanic as a, I mean, a NT-SF. So yes, I put NT for them. But it's really NT-SF, which is more the gamma alpha. Or Mediterranean will be the same. It will be the same. It will be gamma alpha, but an accent on the gamma. Or Germanic will be alpha, you know. And both of them will be NT-SF. Well, I think that the Slav and the Celtic are actually more STNF and beta delta with an accent on beta here, with an accent on alpha here, an accent on gamma. A lot of Turks, a lot of Italian, a lot of Spain are gamma. Like in the data, really showing a lot. All the NTPs, they all look somewhat Germanic, even if they are from Tunisia. Like my friend from Tunisia kind of look like a fucking German to some degree. Like it's really something. Celtic, you can say that Dave, even Dave's superpower, like he's from Ireland apparently, his family, and just like all his family is like ISTPs, ENFPs. Like even if he is gamma, like the ratio, we can say the ratio is more like 60-40, you know. Or I mean, me, I really see it big time, to be honest. But 60-40 in the sense that the 60 will be, Germanic, gamma, alpha. 60% of the population are gamma or alpha. It's more to say that the ratio, like I don't know for sure, we still don't have a lot of data, but like the ratio that I do see is that there are more gamma and alpha. It's more a gamma alpha race. It's more, and I don't like to say race that much because those tribes are actually very close together in some sense. Like they have evolved together, they have mixed, and they're all over Europe in some sense. But still, like you can still see Slav and France, and you can still see Germanic. And if you trace down the ancestry, it will be probably come from more of that place. So more probabilities from that place. But yeah, so the 60% is really that even they, so it's really like family is really the beta delta, which beta, a lot of ISTPs, ESTP, INFJ, NFJ, delta, ENFPs, INFPs, ISTJ, ESTJ, Germanic, gamma, all the SFPs, NTJ, alpha, NTPs, SFJ. So yeah, and focus on delta here. Lot of ENFP, lot of STJs too in France, I would say. Catalonia too, near Barcelona. I do see a lot of Spanish people near Barcelona being more ENFPs. Overwhelmingly, even on TikTok, like it's like, okay, this person from Barcelona, they're done. Barcelona, ENFP, it's like always same thing. From Portugal, there's a lot also, like some Germanic people migrate to Spain, like it migrate everywhere. So you can still see a lot of particular thing in a side. See the Portugal, I would still include Portugal in the gamma alpha kind of realm. Seems to be a lot of SFG in Portugal, which to me makes sense, because Mysterian is more SF, and it's still within the gamma alpha axis, and it's still close to the Celtic world, so we have intermixing, in a way. That can, like I said, keep in mind that the borders are oftentimes mixed or something like that, and we can see it in phenotype. Like me, I'm Celtic, but I'm not Germanic, so I don't look so much NT for ENFP. I don't look so much ST for an ENFP. Some ENFP, they look more ST. There's some guy in the community that look more ST, but he's an ENFP, and it's like, okay, I thought it was from America, but it seems that his ancestry is more like not a Greek one, but close to that place, Slovakia or something like that. So still, well, I'm actually not sure. Bulgaria maybe, but in that ballpark, and he looked more ST, so Slav. So it's like, okay, it makes sense. It's always after thoughts that I'm like, okay, it makes sense. Like seeing his stories, like, okay, a lot of Russian were going to France and stuff like that. It's really that kind of kinship. There's some kind of kinship. The fact that they have a similar quadra thing, even if they have an accent on ST, the Slav, no, and here is more NF and Delta. There's still a kind of kinship. It's really and like France, really look up to China, which China too is a Delta. In my sense, China is a Delta race, a Delta Beta race, but there doesn't seem to be a lot of Beta though. But yeah, it does seem to be a Delta Beta race, while Japan seems to be more Alpha Gamma race. Korea, I don't really know. There seems to be a lot more NF2, and Burmani, Thailand, there seems to be a lot more NFST. So more like France, China, which is Beta, and there a lot of Beta too. So a lot more classic to France and Russia. Like on this map, it seems that Gamma Alpha are overwhelmingly present, you can say. And it does seem to be the case, a little more present. But in Asia, it does seem that there's more the Delta Beta race, to some degree. But I think Asia is such a big continent, and I don't know if there's so much people that I still don't know at all if that's true or not. But yeah, I think I'll finish with this video. A lot of stuff. The 4 ancient tribe that I use for phenotype, and even Dave, like Dave's superpower, I would brand him as Celtic actually, and yeah, he's NF, he's INTJ, all that, but it does look, if you compare him to other types, he do look more Celtic. So his traits are more soft, he's more NF. Celtic are like crazy NF, like Germanic are crazy NT, but like Celtic are crazy NF. Slav crazy ST, like they're very like blockheads, and all those countries like very blockheads, bunch of blockheads, man. And yeah, Mysterian, all SF, party, enjoy the sun. Very a lot of SF. Kind of going to stereotype, but you can still see within stereotype which is true, which is not true. And it does seem to hold up. It does seem to hold up for now. We'll see with time. Even in phenotype, I do see the phenotype all over those 4 kind of rays associated with the quadra. Still that ratio, we don't have so much data, but still the ratio there, in my opinion. So yeah, huge video, but that was it. So thanks for watching.